Next up is Florian Kemmerich of Bamboo Capital. Bamboo Capital Partners is a pioneering impact investment platform which provides innovative finance solutions to businesses in emerging markets, serving the needs of low and middle income populations, and thus catalyzing lasting impact. They bridge the gap between seed and growth stage funding through the full suite of finance options from debt to equity, and then basically with that activate unilaterally through strategic partnerships. So welcome, Florian, over to you.
Thank you so much. And as much as you're talking about Afrolynk, this is, I think an important part is when we look at investments, our focus is we back entrepreneurs. We invest private equity and private debt in companies servicing the low-income population, primarily. So it's Africa, Asia, Latin America. And when investing in those, you need to look at incubators and accelerator programs. So therefore, I think it's great to hear these tools available. And what we have been over the years doing is really, maybe in the past it was less technology, it was risky investment, but technology has provided, is the biggest blessing for our investment in the emerging markets. We invest on financial terms, but also we measure what happens on the ground, in terms of economic inclusion, in terms of providing electricity, for example, or banking unbanked people, all of that. So it was more an aid work in the past, and now it has become really an exciting way for us to do actually venture stage investments in companies, early stage, in Africa, also Asia, Latin America, but primarily the bigger part is Africa. So we have a whole new platform, public-private partnership now with UN agencies, with NGOs like CARE or AGRA, really focusing on tech for impact, which is basically the services is fintech, clean tech, agri-tech, ed-tech, health tech, and so on. So we really like to use to benefit from the investment and the changing the landscape of technology and what they're able to. So usually we invest smaller tickets initially, and then over the time, work with the entrepreneurs. We sit on the board. We want to accompany them over a long time period, a longer time. It's not the Silicon Valley venture capital we're looking at to get an IPO. It is really to build out SMEs for the future. Of course, in COVID times, very relevant, as you have the rich countries bailing out their SMEs with substantial amount of money. We really stay focused on what our ethos is: emerging markets and companies to scale on the SME side here. And there with our new platform, SDG 500, which has been retained as one of the major outcomes by the World Economic Forum in Davos 2020, but also now embraced by the UN, by even different governments. Also, the EU is participating in that, where we have a specific way to de-risk so that we can do seed stage investment in geographies and in companies which might be too risky for others to invest. And that's where we are really excited about to scale and to collaborate. In a way where we have some TA provided. For example, GIZ is an entity which provides technical assistance to get companies investment ready, but we really come in then when it comes to scale it. So it's an exciting time. I mean, what Afrolynk is about, of course, is that connection. I personally sit in, even though I have a German heritage, I live in Geneva. We're collaborating closely also with UN agencies, but really the focus is on here how to scale companies over time and how to adjust all different players in a same sense of vehicle on scaling the companies and changing the landscape. So we have seen over the last years that microfinance was the first wave, to give finance to people which didn't have it. But then the cell phone connectivity was the next wave. Then we doubled down in mobile money, but also fintech. And also distributed energy, not energy distribution. So it's really connected solar home units in rural areas. And we are ending up with basically connected rural homes. And now the real journey begins. We're looking at blockchain, we're looking at IoT, we're looking both ways, also productivity. Agri is, of course, a big focus on that. And that's why we are really excited about to learn more and to embrace any company who has interesting technology which is suitable for those. Maybe just a reminder, if we look at tech companies we invest in developed markets, you need more money, you have to disrupt, and not necessarily great technology gets the adoption or the adoption rate. If you go to emerging markets, specifically Africa, it's very different. We have seen embracing, because you don't have incumbent technologies, the scale is much faster, the amount of money you need is less, and we've even invested companies which have started in Nigeria and now come back to Europe after the model is working and the scale is there and it's fine-tuned. So it's an exciting time, and I really, it's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much for being here and for sharing and for the impact that you're making through the impact investing that your platform does. I think this is a really, really important component for driving sustainable development across the world, and especially in Africa, on our lovely continent.